Hey, what's up, guys? Let's talk about something that I've been banging the table about for months and months and months now, basically since the beginning of the season. Um, Michael Pennix. Let's talk Texas, Washington. I don't really want to get into the Alabama Michigan game because there's not really much to talk about. Alabama's not really a good football team. They have no quarterback. Jalen Milroe's the guy's overhyped. He's not quarterback. He'll never play on Sundays. Not worried about that. Alabama should have lost like 4 times this year. They're not a very good football team. So it played out about exactly how I thought. McCarthy was going to struggle a little bit, which he did. Michigan made some mistakes, but was the far superior team, the far superior roster, and was able to overcome all their mistakes and win a tight game. So that game kind of played out, other than the Michigan mistakes, the game basically played out how I thought it was going to be. Close game, better roster, better team won. So there's not really a whole lot to talk about there. Congrats to Michigan. Go blue. Let's wrap this one up, but I'm not feeling good because now they got to play Washington. And Michael Penix is the best quarterback in the country. Hands down. It's not arguable. This whole season of everybody coming in saying, oh, Caleb Williams. And now even still, after the awful year that we've seen from Caleb Williams and the atrocious year we've seen from Drake May. Oh, Caleb Williams, Drake May, 1-2, automatic. 2 best in this draft. Based on what? Well, what are you basing that on? What is telling you that they're the 2 best in this draft? I don't know. It's not the eye test, that's for sure. It's not the results, that's for sure. It's not the win-loss record. It's not the touchdown-to-interception ratio. What is it? Oh, just because every once in a while, oh, he throws a nice spiral on a deep ball. He can really get it out there. Okay. Well, I always say this about quarterbacks, guys. Everybody says it's so hard to evaluate quarterbacks. So hard to evaluate quarterbacks. It's really not. When you look at a quarterback, you need to see 2 things. How do their teammates respond to them? Tells you whether they're good leaders or not. And do they make throws that wow you? If they don't make wow throws, they're going to be busts. They're going to be busts at best average. They're not going to be these superstar changing players unless they can make wow throws. And what you see from Michael Penix is, I watched Michael Penix couple times this year. And I mean, total up until the Texas game, I probably saw 8 throws from Pennix all year. And after I tuned in because I had money on the Oregon-Washington game. And I tuned in to watch that game early in the year, Oregon at Washington. And I tuned in early to watch that game, and I'm watching it. It's raining, it's cold, and Pennix fires, just darts and lasers all over the field, guys in his face throwing off balance, off platform. I watched the game, and like one of them was like 2 guys rushing, and he's got like half a second to get this ball off, and as he's like getting rushed, throwing around a guy, it's like 45 yards to the back corner in a donut hole. You watch the, you go, wow, nobody can make that throw. And I've said this with a lot of quarterbacks. When I saw Joe Burrow, never watched Joe Burrow all year, didn't see anything, didn't watch LSU, didn't care about LSU, didn't watch the national championship game. I don't remember what I was doing. I was doing other stuff. But went back to look at the highlights because I kept hearing about this Joe Burrow kid. So I go back to look at the highlights. I watched 3 throws from Joe Burrow. I said he's going to be spectacular. He's going to be a fantastic quarterback. He's by far the best quarterback coming out. 3 throws. I did the same things with Pennix. Saw 3 throws from Pennix. I said, wow. When you watch quarterback, it's not that hard to evaluate him. It's not that big to try to figure out who's who. If the guy is a good decision maker, his teammates love him, and he can make wow throws, and he's not missing layups, he's going to be good. It's that simple. He's going to be good. And that's the thing that you see with Pennix. The big thing is you see those wild throws, and the fact is he never misses layups. The guy is deadly accurate. If a guy is open, that ball is between the numbers every single time. He throws a beautiful spiral. It's a beautiful ball. He's got a nice arm, and every ball is on the money. The guy does not misfire. He does not miss. If the guy's open, the ball's in his chest. It's unreal. He's like a machine that just fires balls. Bang, 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 bang. The guy just does not miss throws. And I was telling everybody, I was arguing with my brother about Texas and Alabama and should Florida State got in and all this stuff. And I told him, I said, I'm telling you, man, I think Washington might win the whole thing. Because this is football, and especially in college football, why the best quarterback wins games. And I said, the problem with Michigan is they have the team. They have the roster. They have the team. They don't have the quarterback. McCarthy's never going to be a starter in the NFL. That ship has sailed. I've seen enough of McCarthy. He's a bad decision maker. He's wildly inaccurate at times. I've seen enough of McCarthy. He's never going to be an NFL quarterback. He's an okay, average at best starting college quarterback. So, seen enough of J.J. McCarthy, not worried about that. But Pennix might shred that Michigan defense. If they can give him time to throw, he's going to shred that Michigan defense. And J.J. McCarthy's going to have to try to keep pace in a shootout. And I don't know if he can. Michigan's the better team. Michigan should win this game, but with Pennix being on the other side, it's a wild card. And that's really when you can tell, like, man, this guy's special. Because the only reason I would like Washington in this game at all is Pennix. From top to bottom, Michigan's probably better at every single position than Washington. Their defenses are not even comparable. Michigan's on a whole nother level than Washington defensively. Their offensive lines, I don't really think are that comparable, although Washington's is good. Michigan's run game are on two different universes from Washington. The only thing that Washington has in their favor in this football game is Michael Pennix. And the gap between him and McCarthy is huge. It's a huge gap. So, Michael Pennix is the X factor that's going to make this a ball game. And once again, I believe this might play out the same way as Alabama, that just overall the better roster will win because it's such a lopsided roster advantage in Michigan's favor. But Michael Pennix is going to make plays, and whoever gets this guy after he slides down in the draft to late low first round, that guy, that team is going to get a steal. They're going to get an absolute steal. We saw that with Mahomes. Mahomes slid down in the draft. Oh, everybody knew there was all these great quarterbacks in front of Mahomes. Slid down in the draft. Where'd he end up? I think it was 15. Kansas City. And if Pennix slides down 10, 15, somewhere in there, somebody's going to get a steal, just like they did with Patrick Mahomes. In case you guys didn't know, little nugget for you. Patrick Mahomes' numbers from Texas Tech, Michael Pennix is beating him. All of them. And Mahomes, if you remember, he opened the season in Jerry World with a game where he threw for over 700 yards and I believe 7 touchdowns. Michael Pennix is beating numbers from a year where he had 700 yards. Guys, he's good. He's really good. And the two best quarterbacks in this draft, hands down, it's not arguable. It's Michael Pennix and Bo Nix. Drake Maye and Caleb Williams, don't buy it. Don't buy into him. Caleb Williams is a terrible decision maker. Al Golden's a former NFL defensive coordinator. We saw him scheme up his NFL defense, NFL-style defense against Caleb Williams, First time in his career, guys. That's the whole thing that I don't like about this whole Caleb Williams thing. He's never played a good defense. He's played one his entire career. It was Notre Dame. One top 10 defense his entire career this year. Threw 4 picks. Come on. 4 picks. Well, I can guarantee you, every defense on every NFL team on Sundays is better than Notre Dame's. How do you think that's going to go? How do you think that's going to go? And then just continue his bad decision-making the rest of the year. Don't buy into Caleb Williams, and I certainly don't buy into his leadership or his attitude. At all. He's a diva, he's a pouter, he's a finger pointer. He's egotistical. Don't like him. Don't buy into him. You think the 35-year-old vets in the locker room are going to buy into a guy who's saying that he wants ownership of the team or ain't coming there, or a guy who's saying I'm going to pick where I play? Think the vets in the locker room are going to respect that guy? I don't. Guy with an ego like that coming in when he's never taken a snap in the NFL? I don't. I don't buy into that. And Drake Maye I never bought into. Yeah, he's got some arm talent. He got a big arm. Throws a nice spiral. Who cares? North Carolina was awful this year. Large part of it was because of Drake Maye's bad performance and turnovers. I don't buy into him either. But Pennix and Nix, I look at those two guys and go, those are NFL players. Those guys can play. Those guys can sling it. And they always make the right play. They always make good decisions. The ball's always on the money. But Pennix has separated himself from everyone else. The guy's he's too good. He's unreal. It's absolutely just amazing to watch him throw the football and watch his decision making, watch his athleticism, get out of the pocket, and use him on design runs. The guy's got legs. He's got an arm. He's got leadership. He's got decision making. And he's just got that it factor. You watch him just go, this guy's just got it. He's got it. So, he's the best quarterback in the draft, guys. That's going to be coming out. It's not even close. And I think he'll show it again against Michigan. I think Michigan will probably still win with just the complete lopsidedness of this roster in the national title game. But Pennix is going to continue to show people why he's it. And he's the guy. And if I was the Bears, I don't want Caleb Williams. I'm going to trade the number 1 pick. I'm going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm going to use that number 1 pick to get multiple other first-round picks and maybe second-round picks. And then, with one of my other first-round picks, I'm going to take Michael Pennix after he slides down the draft. That's what I'd do. And get another pick for Justin Fields. That's what I'd do. But I wouldn't be mad if they took Nix either. Both those guys are going to slide because of this delusion that Caleb Williams and Drake Maye are franchise quarterbacks that are going to change your life. They're not. They're not. These two guys will. And I think Pennix more so than Nix. Excited about this kid. Excited to see what he can become in the NFL. Because so far, college, he's mastered it. He's dominated it. He's one of the best quarterbacks I've seen coming out since Joe Burrow. Really, really excited to see what this kid can do. And go blue. Cross my fingers. Hopefully it plays out like I thought. But with Michael Pennix, you never know. He's the wild card. If he gets hot, look out. Look out. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe so you always can get the content as it's coming up and updates when we're making new videos. Until next time, see you guys later.